Well, hey there. It is so good to see you. Thank you so much for coming today, for joining me week after week as we talk de escalation, as we take on the best practices for your customer experience. Today, I'm going to share with you my 3-step framework for how to guide customers to the next steps, how to bring down the temperature in interactions, how to move things forward when you don't have all the answers. I'm introducing you to a method that I call Here's What We Know. Here's what we've done, and here's what's next. I cannot wait to share that method with you. If we have not had a chance to meet, hello, I'm Myra Golden. I work with customer service professionals just like you who want to deliver a fantastic customer experience. Professionals like you who sometimes struggle when you're redirecting interactions with challenging customers. I primarily help with empathy and tone, delivering bad news and de-escalation. If that sounds relevant to you, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you are the first to know when I release a new video. Well, all right, let's get to it. My 3-step framework to help you move on to the next steps. One of the easiest ways for you to bring down the temperature in interactions and guide the customer to the next steps while maintaining customer satisfaction is for you to explain 3 things to your customer. Explain to your customer in a problematic situation, here's what we know, here's what we've done, and here's what's next. These 3 statements are useful when the company is at fault, or when you've missed a deadline, when you don't have all of the answers, or when you simply need to bring down the temperature in the interaction with a customer. I talked about this in our live training. This is about setting yourself up as confident and moving the customer to the next steps without any need for escalating the situation. Now, I discovered this method many, many years ago when my vice president of the company I was working for showed me how, through coaching and role playing, to bring down the temperature in an interaction, set myself up as confident, and guide an audience to the next steps. I was so impressed with the model because it worked for me that I taught it to my staff. And my staff was a group of call center agents who handled problems and complaints all day, every day, and they loved it. But I didn't become a complete believer until I got to see this method in action when I was a customer. My family and I were on vacation. We'd rented a car, driven to Austin, Texas, and we valet parked our vehicle. The next day, after checking into the hotel, we went to pick up our car from valet, and to our shock and horror, the rental car was wrecked. And it wasn't wrecked when we dropped it off the night before in valet. My husband was pissed, for lack of a better word. That actually is the best word. He was pissed off. And I watched in amazement a young valet who I would estimate to be in his early 20s bring down the temperature in the interaction with his customer, my husband, using the here's what we know, here's what we've done, here's what's next approach. Here's what the valet did when my husband finally gave him a chance to speak. He started with explaining, here's what we know. The accident happened, he explained, in our parking garage at 7:42 p.m. The driver was in a white Honda Civic. He gave us the license number and explained to us that the driver attempted to self-park when he was told that he could not self-park, that this was valet. He got upset, sped off, hit 3 cars in the process. Our vehicle was one of those cars, and then he left the scene. Now, at this point, I am fascinated as I listen to the young man explain this story. And then he went right on to the next step in the model, explaining here's what we've done. We've filed a claim with our loss prevention team. We have 2 eyewitnesses. We have filed a police report with the Austin Police Department. Next, he told us what we needed to do next. You also need to file a police report. You need to notify both your insurance company and your rental car company. Your insurance company will go after the driver. I went from being dazzled by this fantastic drama story to being impressed that this young man brought down the temperature with my husband, who was a 10 out of 10 in how upset he was. He brought down the temperature in such an eloquent way, using the proven, the tried, the true, here's what we know, here's what we've done, here's what's next method. The next time you find yourself with a customer who is upset, and it doesn't matter if the problem is your fault, the customer's fault, a misunderstanding. It doesn't matter if you have all of the details. Use these 3 steps, and I guarantee you, you'll feel confident, you'll be in control, you'll bring down the temperature in the interaction, and you're going to guide your customer to the next steps. Make sure you come back and let me know how this 3-step framework worked for you. I love it. I use it, and I have taught this framework to literally thousands of professionals just like you, and they tell me it works. Again, if this was relevant to you, I want you to like this video, and I want you to subscribe to my channel so that we can meet here every week for new ideas for de-escalation and for the customer experience. Until next time.